各位傳媒朋友早晨，多謝大家今朝嚟記者會。行政長官會先向大家發言，之後會接受大家嘅提問嘅。我哋而家先請行政長官。
各位傳媒朋友早晨。今日要大家等耐咗，因為剛剛係出席咗一個國際嘅論壇。雖然香港喺過去半年呢受到呢個社會嘅事件嘅影響，但係我哋仍然係竭力希望能夠保持香港作為國際大都會呢個地位。亦都係好支持咧各個團體嚟到繼續舉辦呢啲國際性嘅盛事，讓海外嘅人士能夠親自嚟到香港睇睇香港現在嘅情況。嗱，今日12月10日係聯合國定為嘅國際人權日，我喺呢度重申，特區政府咧係一如既往會係全力維護香港市民享有嘅人權同埋自由。呢啲人權同埋自由係受到基本法嘅保障，同埋亦都係受到香港人權法案條例，以至到喺公民權利和政治權利國際公約適用於香港嘅有關規定所管制嘅。咁所以特區政府係一定會珍而重之去維護呢啲一向以嚟咧都係香港嘅核心價值。2天前嘅遊行示威咧，亦都係以呢個國際人權日為主題嘅。咁所以特區政府分別喺遊行前嘅12月6日同埋7日咧，係發表咗2份嘅新聞公報，希望講清楚喺目前我哋喺人權方面嘅保障，同埋我哋喺法治以至到司法獨立方面得到嘅世界公認嘅聲譽。因為我哋唔想，雖然我哋都見到，但係真係唔想咧有一啲嘅政治嘅人物咧係不斷到海外嚟到去提供一啲不實嘅指控，或者通俗啲講咧係唱衰香港，係要求呢啲外國嘅政府或者係國會採取一啲行動嚟到去針對香港嘅現況，甚至係一啲制裁性嘅工作。回歸以嚟，我哋喺法治同埋司法獨立嘅評級，其實都係取得非常之好嘅成就。而呢個係得嚟不易嘅，所以我喺呢度呼籲廣大嘅市民，同埋無論係政治立場係乜嘢嘅朋友咧，都係要珍惜呢個法治。喺12月8日嘅遊行裏邊，大致係和平有序。咁我哋亦都係非常之尊重市民去表達意見嘅自由。警方亦都係非常之克制，就住呢個遊行呢，係發出咗不反對嘅通知書。喺整個過程裏邊呢，亦都係以一個既係可以讓遊行嘅人士能夠可以進行佢哋表達嘅言論自由嘅工作，亦都可以保障到公眾嘅安全。但係好不幸呢，喺個過程裏邊，我哋就仍然見到呢啲堵路啊、縱火啊，或者破壞商店。更加令人發指嘅呢，就係有少數嘅激進嘅人士呢，係針對終審法院同埋高等法院，而係作出咗呢啲嘅縱火破壞，以至到污蔑嘅行為。呢種踐踏香港法治精神嘅行為呢，係需要譴責。我留意到2個律師會呢，都喺呢度作出咗一啲嘅聲明。喺昨天又睇到咧，喺社交媒體上咧又出現咗一啲對個別法官進行話要滋擾佢哋啊，或者制裁佢哋嘅言論。嗱，呢啲嘅行為咧已經係將香港推去一個非常之令人擔心嘅境地啦。因為法治同埋獨立司法咧係我哋嘅核心價值嚇，無論係對於商界嘅投資，對於市民嘅保障咧都係至為重要。咁所以特區政府係絕不容忍呢啲破壞法治嘅暴力嘅行為嘅。另一個我哋擔心嘅當然係學生參與呢次嘅示威，特別係一啲激進嘅暴力行為。喺6000多名被捕嘅人士呢，有接近40%，即係2393名呢係學生。我哋掌握呢係喺中學生裏邊呢，差唔多有成超過300間中學。都係有個別嘅學生咧係被拘捕嘅。呢一種嘅情況令人嘅非常之擔憂。再加上昨天警方亦都係拘捕咗一位教師同埋幾位嘅同學，係涉嫌佢哋係會部署一啲堵路啊或者其他違法嘅行為。 亦都喺一間中學嘅附近咧，發現有一啲破壞性好高嘅炸彈。暴力進入校園將會係令到學校啦、家長啦、學生都係佢哋嘅安全會係受到影響嘅。咁所以我已經要求教育局局長對於違規嘅老師或者被捕嘅老師咧係要嚴肅跟進，亦都呼籲各間嘅學校能夠按住上個月即係11月底咧11月21號教育局局長發俾所有官校同埋資助學校嘅信件，希望佢哋阻止佢哋嘅學生咧繼續參與呢啲違法嘅行為，亦都要遠離呢啲暴力嘅地方，保障佢哋人身嘅安全嚇。睇下大家有咩提問嚇？
提問時間，請大家舉手同埋用咪發問。前面呢位。
早晨，林太，其實想問翻咧，你之前就都講過，就話去立法會接受嗰個短問短答嗰個質詢咧，其實係體現翻特首同立法會個互動同緊密溝通，亦都令你有機會去聽翻同埋跟進議員個訴求啦。但係政府琴日就話要重新考慮過係咪要做呢個平台，其實係咪覺得而家已經冇需要再做你之前所講嘅呢啲互動同溝通咧？另外就係即係你亦都提過咧，就好多市民就星期日就上街，即係爭取嗰個訴求，即係5大訴求啦。咁但係政府之後出個聲明咧，完全都冇即係就呢啲訴求咧做一啲讓步。咁政府係咪覺得唔需要再回應呢啲訴求，淨係拖長個時間，咁啲香港市民就即係自然就唔會再上街咧？最尾就係想問翻林太，因為有報道咧就話你琴日見啲工聯會嘅落選區議員嘅時候咧，就當面向佢哋致歉啦，即係就佢哋敗選，並且承諾會委任一啲即係落選嘅嗰啲區議員咧做即係公職。咁係咪諗住即係用啲公帑去即係養翻即係呢啲即係落選咗嘅建制派嘅區議員咧？唔該。
3條問題。第一咧就喺我上任之初，我已經係表示我係非常之重視行政立法關係，而事實上重視行政立法關係咧，一向都係我作為公職人員嘅立場。無論係當局長或者司長嘅時候咧，我都係好願意出席立法會，同議員互動啦，同埋接受議員嘅提問嘅嚇。咁所以喺舊年呢，就主動提出咗一個新嘅安排，亦都得到立法會主席同埋議員嘅支持啦。就係話喺慣常，即係以往恆常嘅行政長官呢，都會喺一個立法年度咧就出席4次嘅答問會嚇，嗰種咧係叫答問會。咁就等於係每一季咧就出席一次嚇。呢個我一定尊重嘅，呢個係一個立法會同埋行政機關多年以嚟建立嘅傳統咧，我係一定會尊重嘅。所以喺今個年度嘅立法會開始咗之後咧，喺施政報告嘅翌日嗰個係屬於一個呢個答問會啊。另外由我自己主動提出已經落實咗超過1年半嘅咧，係一個短問短答嘅質詢嘅環節嚇，呢個每個月都進行，所以有陣時大家會見到咧，我喺1個月裏邊咧，可能係出席2次嘅立法會接受質詢，一次咧係屬於長版嘅答問會，一個係屬於短版嘅即係質詢嘅時間。但係大家都見到啦，喺今年10月立法會召開之後咧，我先後2次係出席立法會，一個咧發表年度嘅施政報告，一個就喺翌日咧就住施政報告接受議員嘅質詢。前者係根本冇辦法進行，咁所以要選用即係視像嘅形式向香港市民公佈我今年度嘅施政報告。後者亦都係喺非常之紛擾、非常之混亂嘅情況之下咧，只能夠係答咗幾條嘅問題嚇。但係每一次行政長官出席，如果面對呢一種混亂嘅情況，其實對於社會係冇乜裨益，亦都令到立法會秘書處或者保安嘅人員呢係要承受大量嘅壓力嚇。咁所以有見及此，我就覺得係需要重新審視呢個短問短答嘅質詢時間呢，喺今日嘅立法會嘅情況之下，或者立法會對我本人部分嘅議員對我本人嘅立場嘅情況之下，是否係一個有意義嘅互動嘅機會嚇？ 咁但係而家冇話完全唔做，我而家希望咧喺明年1月呢個第二次，即係本立法年度第2次嘅答問會能夠相對順利咁完成咧，我一定會重新審視呢個短問短答版嘅質詢嘅時間，因為我仍然係好重視行政立法關係，我亦都係呼籲立法會咧喺本年度嘅餘下嘅時間咧，能夠可以加快討論同埋最好通過特區政府提出嘅法案同埋有關嘅撥款，以至到公務工程嘅項目。至於喺禮拜日，冇錯，我剛才都提到喺警方發出不反對通知書之下呢，我哋見到係有大批人參與呢個遊行，但係基本上都係有序嘅嚇。雖然有個別嘅暴力嘅事件發生嚇。當然喺尊重市民嘅遊行發表意見嘅權利嘅同時，市民都係有一定嘅期望，就係市民喺呢啲遊行示威裏邊提出嘅訴求、提出嘅意見，特區政府有冇一個嘅聆聽，有冇一個回應？我係喺呢度同大家講，過去幾個月咧，無論遊行嘅人數多或者少，遊行嘅形式係點樣咧，我哋都係好用心咁去聆聽、去了解，希望能夠做到一個令市民都感受到我哋係有誠意嘅回應，但係呢個回應都唔能夠偏離一啲法治嘅原則，或者係一啲我哋重要把持嘅底線，以至到可能涉及嘅憲制嘅安排。所以喺回應一方面，最直接嘅回應就係將引起呢次風暴嘅逃犯條例呢係收翻嚇。而呢個收翻嘅決定呢，其實喺3日之後，即係話喺6月12日立法會發生衝突之後嘅3日，我就作咗呢個停止咗有關嘅立法嘅工作。其後當立法會召開嘅時候呢，亦都從技術上嘅層面呢，係將呢個條例草案撤回。咁所以呢個訴求可以講呢，係完全徹底、好正面、好謙卑咁呢，已經係回應咗。至於其他嘅訴求，我已經多次解釋咗，就係我剛才講嘅幾個原則。第一就係如果係偏離咗法治嘅原則，譬如如果係要求特區政府要特赦，換句話說咧，要係釋放晒所有喺呢次事件裏邊被捕嘅人士。剛才我都提咗一個數字啦，今次被捕嘅人士咧係超過6000人，而涉嫌即係犯嘅刑事罪行咧，亦都有唔少係好嚴重嘅，縱火、擁有極度危險嘅爆炸品、襲警、以致危害人嘅生命安全。我哋點可以完全罔顧法治，係為咗要做一個回應呢，而係滿足呢個訴求呢？咁所以對於係違反呢個法治嘅精神，踐踏一啲重要嘅原則嘅底線呢，我哋都係冇辦法可以作出呢個回應。但係我哋仍然係願意去檢視今次嘅事件反映嘅社會嘅問題，希望喺未來嘅日子裏邊呢，香港能夠更有能力可以紓解市民嘅怨氣，讓市民呢有一個更加好嘅生活。至於近日我同政黨嘅見面呢，一般嚟講我哋都唔會即係公開去講見面嘅內容嚇，雙方都唔會嘅嚇。但係今次區議會嘅敗選，即係建制派嘅候選人喺區議會嘅敗選呢，就無可否認係同政府有直接嘅關係，因為我哋睇到好多出嚟投票不支持建制派候選人嘅立場咧，其實佢哋都冇特別睇某一位候選人喺地區工作嘅過去嘅表現啦，或者係喺政綱裏邊點樣解決地區關心嘅議題，而係純粹咧係表達對於政府施政嘅不滿嚇。咁所以從呢個角度講咧，我對於建制派嘅區議會嘅候選人去表示我嘅歉意，我覺得亦都係理所當然啊。所以即係無論喺公開或者私底下咧，我作為行政長官呢個工作或者呢個立場咧，我亦都唔需要迴避啊。至於跟住同政黨嘅合作，我哋一如既往咧，亦都唔會因為有一啲長期喺香港好工作好努力嘅政黨 因為冇咗一個身份，而我哋就同佢好似陌路人咁。對於佢哋關心嘅政府嘅政策或者地區嘅事務，對於佢哋代表相當多嘅市民反映嘅地區嘅問題或者政策嘅意見咧，我同我嘅同事咧亦都會繼續係聆聽，同埋如果係適當嘅時候咧，我哋亦都會跟進，因為呢個係回應市民嗰個嘅意見，唔係特別話遷就某一個政黨佢嗰個睇法。
下一條 ，Gentleman at the back.
Good morning, Mr. Lam. Will your administration give a complete commitment that the new district councillors will receive equal treatment, responsiveness and access from your government as their predecessors did? Will you make that promise to them today? And second, after the huge election turnout and protests on Sunday, will you admit that there is no silent majority behind you?
Well, first of all, the roles and functions of district councils are clearly laid down in the district council ordinance. The resources made available to the district councils for organizing local activities, for developing minor projects in the districts are also approved by the Legislative Council. So there is no question of the government's commitment to continue to respect the roles and functions of the district council and to continue to make available the funds for the district councils to approve and disperse according to the remit of these resources. I would say that quid pro quo, we would also expect the new district council members to respect the conventions and the rules that have been established over the years in full consultation with the district. So there is no worry that we will not accord the same treatment and respect to the new district councils after the 1st of January next year. As far as the protest on Sunday, first of all, I take comfort that given the no objection letter issued by the police and cooperation by all sectors, we have seen a relatively calm and peaceful protest on Sunday. This reflects the freedoms that Hong Kong people are enjoying. And so I hope that this phenomenon will go also to abroad to show that Hong Kong is upholding all the rights and freedoms of Hong Kong people. So all those accusations from various quarters that we are eroding people's freedoms are unsubstantiated. As far as response is concerned, I have explained on various occasions that the most positive response that we have given regarding this social unrest is, of course, the complete withdrawal of the bill after confrontation in Legislative Council on the 12th of June. As for other demands, we really have to stick by certain important principles. If a particular demand requires us to deviate from the law, not to uphold the rule of law in Hong Kong, or to do things actually beyond the powers of the chief executive, I could not agree to accept those demands simply for the purpose of meeting people's aspirations, because there will be other people who have the same aspirations that the Hong Kong SAR government should uphold the rule of law and should stay impartial and just in dealing with all sorts of demands put up by the people. So that remains the position of the Hong Kong SAR government.
最後一條，呢位係。
RTHK English News, a few English questions. First, Mrs. Lam, you have introduced the monthly short Q&A sections at LegCo to improve ties with lawmakers. What would you say to people who accuse you of not caring about that anymore? And are you scared of are you that scared of facing lawmakers' questions or protests in LegCo? Second question, you will soon have your duty visit to Beijing. Will Article 23 national security legislation be part of that discussion? And will the public expect a change to your cabinet before the end of the year or before Christmas? Thank you.
Well, about my appearance in the Legislative Council, since the beginning of my term, I have attached importance to the relationship between the executive and the legislature. So on top of the regular Q&A sessions, which take place once every quarter in a legislative year, I have initiated, with the support of the Legislative Council President, to do this monthly questioning time lasting for about 30 minutes on each occasion. The problem that I'm facing is these days, as proven by the 2 occasions in October, almost whenever I step into the Legislative Council building and the chamber, there would be disruptions to the proceedings and perhaps also undermining the order in the Legislative Council. So I told myself that perhaps I should give another trial in attending the regular Q&A session in January. And if that goes relatively smoothly, of course I'm happy to resume the practice of doing short Q&A or short questioning time with the Legislative Council. There is no doubt that as the Executive Council of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, I need to lead the executive to work closely with the Legislative Council, because Legislative Council plays a very important statutory role in scrutinizing the government's business, in approving our legislative proposals, and also in supporting our funding requests. So this is something for the time being, sort of, because I don't want to cause more disruptions and security risks and concerns to colleagues in the Legislative Council Secretariat. The second question about my duty visit, yes, I'll be departing Hong Kong for Beijing this Saturday to do my regular reporting of duty to the leaders in Beijing. Of course, the purpose of the duty visit is to give a full account of what has happened in Hong Kong over the past year, what the government have been doing, what more does the government want to do in the coming year, and what policy measures that the Hong Kong SL need from the central government in taking forward some of our major initiatives, particularly with the 2 national strategies of the Belt and Road and the Greater Bay Area development. So on this same occasion, I will do exactly the same, particularly what has happened in Hong Kong in the last 6 months. From time to time in the last few months, there have always been speculations and rumors about reshuffling of my team, including the principal officials and maybe also including the Executive Council. My first priority now is really to restore law and order in Hong Kong and to ensure that Hong Kong could continue to move ahead, both economically and socially. So this is not an immediate task that I would accord a lot of attention to. So I hope that all these rumors and speculations will not spread further, because these are not very helpful speculations.
多謝大家。